Come on in, honey. The lantern's lit, the veil's a little thin, and the wind's been dying to carry a few secrets your way. Welcome to Raven's Ramblings, where the shadows walk beside us and the past never stays buried, and a good spell can speak louder than a sermon. I'm Raven Nightingale, part healer, part hellraiser, keeper of the old ways and ghost stories alike. So pull up a chair and listen close. You never know what might be whispering in the dark. Welcome back, my witchy souls, to Raven's Ramblings, the cozy corner where we stir up magic, explore the shadows, and talk honestly about what the spiritual path really feels like. All right? I'm Raven, your host. Hey, nice to meet y'all. Those of you that keep coming back, I sincerely appreciate it. Y'all have no idea how much it means to me, especially when I get comments and stuff on my videos and on the podcast itself on Spotify. It makes my whole damn day. It really does. So today's episode is a follow up to the last one, when magic feels far away. And this one is going to be about the return. All right. It's about that tender and brave and sometimes really messy process of reclaiming your inner witch, kind of rediscovering the part of you that glows and whispers and creates magic just by existing. Because the truth is, even though it feels far away, that magic never leaves you. But mundane life. Mundane life can bury it under layers of stress and self doubt, exhaustion, or just simply surviving. So, tonight we're going to peel back some of those layers gently, gently, and come back home to ourselves. So, I want to start with something that you may need to hear, something your spirit is probably already whispering. Your inner witch never went anywhere, even if you haven't practiced in months or years, even if your altar is dusty, even if you have not touched your deck in for deck, mercy, even if you haven't touched your tarot deck in forever, even if your intuition feels like static right now. Okay, the witch that is within you is not something that you do; it is something that you are. You don't lose it. You don't break it. You don't have to do 45 different steps to earn that back. You simply remember it. You let it rise again when you are ready. Your inner witch is patient. They are with you the whole time, just waiting lovingly without judgment. And all you're doing now is returning to them again. And I say them because my witch is a she. Your witch may not be a she. So I say them. So hopefully no one gets their panties in a twist about that one. Okay? Because this is witches as a collective. Witches can be male, female, anything in between those two. Okay? Always remember that. Witchcraft is very open, it is very accepting. All right, off that soapbox. So let's talk about why these things even happen. Why do witches who are spiritual, intuitive, and magical souls suddenly feel very disconnected from themselves? It usually comes down to three basic things. Number one, emotional overload, especially this time of year. When you carry too much stress or trauma or responsibility, your spirit can kind of get buried beneath that in survival mode. And especially with someone who has a lot of anxiety, this is very, very common because all those other things kind of take precedence and just kind of tamp it down. And you go into a survival mode. Number two, pressure to perform magic. We start believing that our magic has to look a certain way. It has to have a certain aesthetic, uh, productivity, or it needs to be a certain correctness or impressive. And when we can't keep that up, we kind of retreat into ourselves and think things like, well, I'm not a good witch, or I'm not a witch at all, or I'm a terrible witch, or all these bad things because there's so much outside pressure. Okay. Number three, losing sight of what you actually want. Because, and this kind of goes along with number two, I feel like. Sometimes we drift so far into other people's needs or expectations or their crisis that we forget what our soul feels like and what our soul needs. And then we kind of wake up one day and we're like, I don't even know who I am or where my magic went. Okay. But for the magic part, it's never gone. It is simply waiting for you to stop running long enough to notice the quiet glow that's under the surface because it's still there. Now, a lot of people think that reclaiming your inner witch just means jumping right back into a full ritual mode. And that can be super, super overwhelming because coming home to yourself doesn't have to be loud. It isn't dramatic. It isn't performative. It is gentle and quiet and soft. It is a remembering. Okay. So here are some signs that your inner witch is already kind of waking back up, kind of let you know, hey, don't forget about me. I'm still here. You feel a little bit of a tug when you see the moon. Yeah, that one got me pretty good. You notice a crow, a feather, a shadow, and it stirs something within your soul. You feel like lighting a candle for no reason. I've got two going right now. I've got my normal little tea light one going, and I also have my large candle going, which is very unusual for me. I do not normally use that on my small altar here, but that's what I needed to kind of get me over this hump of reclaiming my witch. What else? Oh, you crave stillness because that's where we find ourselves in the most authentic way is in that stillness. Your intuition kind of gives you a nudge and you actually feel it. That's another way. Those tiny little sparks that come with all that, that's the witch within whispering, "Hey, I'm still here." Because reclaiming your magic begins with responding to those whispers, not forcing yourself to roar. All right? Now, here's where the conversation is going to get a little bit more tender because coming home isn't about tools or rituals. It is about a connection, a presence, listening inward. So let's talk about some ways to gently, lovingly reclaim yourself. Number one, touch something sacred again. I have. I held on to this selenite crystal for a while earlier while I was lighting my candles. That was important to me. So, touching something sacred again, not a full ritual, just a touch. Pick up that crystal. Hold your tarot deck. You don't have to read them. You don't have to shuffle. You just hold on to them and connect. Light a candle. Let your body remember before your mind overthinks it. Okay? Number two, speak your own name with magic. Say to yourself, I am a witch, even when I am tired. I am a witch, even when I am healing. I am a witch, even in the stillness. Let that vibrate through your bones and feel that all the way down into your soul. Number three, return to the things that made you fall in love with magic in the beginning. Simple things like, was it herbs? Was it the moon? Was it spells, folklore, crystals that childhood spark of wonder of what if there's something a little more? Reconnect with the origins of your magic, that part that made your inner witch poke her little head up, or his head up, or their head up, and go, yeah, that makes sense to me. That resonates with me. Reclaim those things, reconnect to those things. Number four, make space, not task. Don't create a to do list. Create room to do things, room to breathe, room to feel, room to remember. Your magic isn't waiting for structure, it is waiting for permission. It's just waiting, it's always there. Number five, let joy guide the path, not obligation. This is a big one. Ask yourself, what feels good today? What feels nourishing? What feels like coming home? And your inner witch knows the answer instantly. You don't have to analyze, just listen. There's no obligation to do a specific set of rituals each and every day. Just listen to yourself and ask those simple questions. What's going to make me feel the best today? Okay? No obligation. Just do you. So here is a small, powerful ritual, simple enough for any low energy days, but deep enough for transformation. This is the come back home ritual. You need a candle, your hand on your heart, and a breath. That's it. So gather your stuff, get in a comfortable position, light your candle, and sit with it and whisper, I am returning to myself, piece by piece, breath by breath, flame by flame. I call my spirit home. And then close your eyes and feel that warmth from that candle. That warmth is the doorway back to you and back to your inner witch. And take as much time with you as you need with that candle. If it's just a minute or two, that's all you have in you, then that's okay. That's totally okay. If sitting there brings you peace and you sit there for 30 minutes, okay, that's what you needed. Everybody's going to be a little different there, and that's okay. So, you are allowed to begin again. Like the most magical thing you can ever do is begin again. Not with perfect rituals, not with perfect confidence, not with perfect clarity, just with willingness, with softness, just with one tiny spark of wanting to feel like yourself again. Reclaiming your inner witch is not about becoming the person you were before. Okay? That was a different person than you are now. It is about becoming the person your spirit is calling you to be right now. Okay? You're not late. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're returning. And that is everything. So, if you've been feeling disconnected from your magic or from yourself, I have. And I'm slowly making my way back to myself. It's been a rough few weeks. I hope that this episode reminds you that your inner witch is still glowing beneath the surface. You don't need to prove anything to come back home to yourself. Just breathe. Just listen. Just take one small step toward yourself. Your magic is already waiting. Your spirit is already whispering. And you, my dear, are already coming home. Blessed be. Bye.